This is yet another video in my series that I'm doing on working with crystals for self-care, personal development, and goal achievement. Let me introduce you to crystal gridding, and I'm going to show you how to use this tool in order to manifest success in your goals and life. I'm also going to be pulling from Napoleon Hill's text, Think and Grow Rich. So this technique is going to be a combination of an activity from this book along with crystal gridding. My name is Aaron. I'm a certified life coach and I specialize in metaphysics. I'm here to give you the tips, tools, and techniques that you can use in order to create a positive shift and transformation in your life. There's a few steps for this technique, but let's go ahead and jump in. The first thing you want, as always, is going to be a clearly defined intention, some outcome that you want, a desire, something you're trying to shift or transform or accomplish in your life. I always suggest looking at the 7 areas of life, especially if you're really unsure what it is that you want to shift, what it is that you want to change. The 7 areas of life are going to be health and fitness, relationships, career, finance, personal development, spirituality, and recreation. Make sure that what you want is clearly defined. You have some notable characteristics about this experience. The only thing that I would say not to focus on is time frame. Next, you're going to take just a little piece of brown paper or a little piece of paper, I would say about this big, and write your intention or your desire on it. Make sure that your statement is in the present tense, and once again that it is short, concise, and clear. Once you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to select a crystal grid. These are crystal grids from the Higher Alignment Metaphysical shop, so if you're interested in grabbing one, go ahead and check out my shop. The crystal grids have patterns on them. This one is the flower of life related to sacred geometry. If you're interested in learning more about sacred geometry, drop me a comment in the comment section below, and if I get enough requests, maybe I will do a series on sacred geometry for you. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to fold your paper up and you're going to place it in the center. It doesn't really matter what pattern you have for your crystal grid, but you're going to place that small piece of paper with your intention or your desire written on it in the center. And you're going to, what I would suggest doing is putting a point over the top. So a point, a tower, an obelisk of any crystal that you like, a crystal that you feel the energy of this crystal harmonizes with the energy of the goal that you are trying to accomplish. On another sheet of paper, so if you have like printer paper, I would just fold it in half, just use half of it. But maybe you have a journal that has smaller paper inside of it. Whatever you have, go ahead and use that. I would suggest writing what I call a script for yourself. I have many videos on different techniques like this on my channel, like scripting, or the 7 chakras scripting technique, or even the definite chief aim from Napoleon Hill. This is his text, Think and Grow Rich, and in this text he presents this activity of the definite chief aim. Napoleon Hill surveyed thousands of rich people to figure out their habits and their routines and what it was that they all had in common that really contributed to their success and their financial well-being in life. And he discovered most rich people have what he calls a definite chief aim. This is some purpose or some direction that they are intentionally going in and using their energy for. So in this form, your definite chief aim is going to be this statement that you are going to create, a script, if you will, and you'll read it to yourself every morning and every evening. I would suggest starting your script off with the statement of intention or desire that you wrote on your paper and placed at the center of your crystal grid. This statement is going to include things like what it is that you want or your desired outcome, what it is that you are going to be doing, those actionable steps that you're going to be taking to reach your goal. Even things like how you will deal with expected challenges that you will meet along the way. The definite chief aim that you're creating has the intent of keeping your goal and your desired intentions in the forefront of your mind, reminding you of those actionable steps that you're going to be taking to reach your goal, to make sure that you are focusing your energy and your focus on that goal, to make sure that you are placing your energy, your focus, and your direction on that goal. Go ahead and check this video out right here. I created an entire tutorial on creating your definite chief aim statement, and I think it also has an activity in the description box. But let's go ahead and move forward. Then you're going to select other crystals that also represent the energy that you want to work with. And you're going to place them on a pattern of your desire and your selection. Just be creative and flow with it. You're going to place that on the cross sections or the points of the grid in order to create your pattern. When you are setting up your crystal grid, I would suggest making this a whole ceremony. For me, I am used to cleaning up my house on Sunday, playing music, just getting myself in that rest and reset place. That's what I really use my Sundays for. So maybe one Sunday I decide that I'm gonna do this. I really want to reharmonize and refocus my energy on a specific goal that I'm working on or a new direction that I want to take myself in life. I clean up my house on Sunday, and then once I'm kind of in the mood, I go ahead and cleanse my space with my sage or my Palo Santo or my incense. I sit at my altar, and then I go ahead and do some journaling. I create my definite chief aim as well as my statement of intention or desire, and I go ahead and construct my crystal grid. What this is doing is this ritual, this ceremony is serving as a vehicle to turn your idea or your desired manifestation from the invisible to the visible. It starts out first as just this idea, this desire, this intention that has no physical form at all. It's all in the mental domain of your experience. You then write it down, you set it in stone. This is symbolizing it coming into physical form. You construct an entire crystal grid that is representative of all of this information and intention and energy that you have accumulated thus far. And this vehicle is going to serve as a further representation of bringing this idea, this desire, this intention more into your life. Combining crystal gridding with the Napoleon Hill definite chief aim statement, because in the definite chief aim statement technique, you're reading this statement to yourself at least twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. This is serving as a reminder of what it is that you're supposed to be focusing on to make sure that you stay on balance, to make sure that you don't get sloppy, that you don't get lazy, that you remember your why, you remember why you're coming to this and what it is that you want to do and the shift that it's going to make in your life. All of this mental, emotional energy is going to be accumulating every time you come and read this statement, and that's going to be magnified by the structure, the crystal grid that you have created. I know you're getting your learning on, but I want to quickly draw your attention to the crystal jewelry that I'm wearing. Typically, I wear something different in each video. This is a labradorite. And here I have some Elite Noble Shungite with pyrite, as well as a Herkimer diamond necklace. You can find handmade crystal jewelry and crystal rolled incense, along with small batch handmade Florida waters in the HIYERAlignment.com Metaphysical shop. Your support means a lot, and it helps me to continue making self-care and personal development tutorials and resources just like this one. Check out the link to my shop in the description box below. And now let me continue giving you the tips, tools, and techniques that you can use in order to create a positive transformation in your life. If you're like me, You also have other practices and other tools that you engage in. So having your crystal grid in that space is going to remind you to come to this sacred space to take care of yourself, to practice self-care, to practice your spiritual or your religious practices or rites, whatever it is that you do, even if it isn't religious or spiritual at all. If it's things like journaling, self-reflection, or reading a book, just spending time with yourself to rest and relax. But this can also serve as time for you to review your goals, your challenges, your setbacks, your successes. This could be time for prayer or worship, especially once again if you have your crystal grid in some sort of sacred space. So allow this crystal grid to usher in new energy and new targeted actions that you are going to be taking to come center yourself, focus yourself, and really making sure that you're moving forward in the direction that you want to go. A popular thing to do is to program your crystals to your desires or your intentions. I've created an entire guide for you that has a framework that you can fill in with tools and techniques that fit you and your belief system and your lifestyle, and create a process that will allow you to harmonize or program your crystals to your goals or the energy that you wish to associate with that crystal. It has journaling activities and even links to additional resources. It's completely free, and I'm going to leave the link for that in the description box below. Go ahead and check out those resources. While you're down there, if you haven't already, if you've enjoyed this video and this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and leave a like. In the meantime, in between time, here are 2 more videos that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy.